kids safe. It's something that we see recurring at the federal, state, and right here at the local level, school districts. Our children, one of the most precious things that we have, and it's being manipulated and violated by these corporate whores who just want to make the money. And they want to sell their technology. That's what they're looking to do, is open up a new market. And that they're being successful, and it's because the people didn't step up when the policy was being made. Luckily, this is a pilot program, and luckily we have people standing up against it in San Antonio and fighting it for various reasons. Some object on religious grounds, and I'm not particularly religious, but I absolutely believe in anyone's right to follow God however they see fit. And if something that the government is doing violates their rights to do so, that policy shouldn't exist. And there needs to be an opt-out policy for people that object on religious grounds for this. Right now, there is nothing but an arbitrary opt-out policy that the deputy superintendent decides. So people are fighting for that reason. Privacy rights. This chip never stops emitting the signal. It constantly is emitting it. And anybody with hacking skills and $500 to get a reader can track these kids wherever they go. That scares the hell out of me, and it should scare the hell out of every parent. Knowing that these because predators can take advantage of children with as little personal information as their name on their shirt. And now we have them able to track their patterns of when they go to school, the routes that they take, the time that they come and go. And what's worse is there's public information that gives you the schools, and of course they shouldn't be in public schools, right? And that's why this is public information. But they can get their address, their phone number, their grade level, the school that they go to, and all they have to go do is stand outside their house with that reader, get their tag number, and then they can track them wherever they go. And then there's the health risks associated with this radiation that's constantly emitting. And it's not just the child's one tag, it's the 30 students that are in class and then the 150 that are in the hallway could be constantly being bombarded by this. There's a young lady who has been leading the charge there. She was one of the first to stand up for herself and has continued to do so. Her name is Andrea Hernandez, and she is here today. And so I want to invite her up. Thought it was just going to be her and her dad fighting this, and what she realized is that there's a whole community of us here that are willing to stand with her as she stands up for herself. So I want to let Andrea say a few words about her battle with this issue. Woo.
Thank you. Since I started my battle with the school district and with the principals, I've been told numerous things. The first thing I was told was to shut up, that my opinion didn't matter, and that no matter what I said or what I did, I would lose. Second thing I was told was to fall in line. My deputy superintendent of my school district told me to wear a shell badge. Supposedly, this shell badge would not have a chip inside the badge, so it would not track me. But it is the symbol of the program that I would be wearing. It was identical to the rest. Nobody would be able to tell the difference. Mr. Galindo told me, Andrea, just wear the badge and follow along like the rest of them, and you'll be a normal student. Normal student, I thought. Well, first of all, without my badge, I'm being segregated. All the students who do not have their new smart ID card, as the school likes to call it, they get moved to the farthest lunch line, the farthest side of the cafeteria. We only have one lunch line for us. Second thing, that if you don't have your new RFID badge, you can't vote for anything. When homecoming came around, I went to go vote for homecoming queen and king. Well, they said, well, you don't have a new school ID badge, so sorry, I can't help you. I'm like, well, I have my last year's badge, which is just tiny, rolled down like a credit card that you can use. It has my picture, my name, and what school I go to. And that was all we needed. That was all that I was told that I was needed for all 4 years. He goes, no, sorry, you gotta go. Okay. So, another thing that the school has done is they started a very, very sickening bribery attempt on the students. They bribe the students with money and with food. For every student that they see in the hallway, wearing their ID around their neck and on display like a proud little puppy, they give them a ticket. And they fill it out and they put their name on it. and their grade level. And it goes into a raffle. And if you're lucky enough, your name gets pulled and you get a $5 gift certificate to any of the local retailers. Second awful, ugly bribery attempt is with food. The class, they encourage the teachers to wear theirs. By the way, the teachers' badges that look exactly like ours, they're empty. They do not have the microchip inside of them. But the teachers, of course, are the biggest supporters of the program. Even if they feel in their own personal opinion, if they don't like it, they still have to say, yeah, we support the program, go ahead and wear your badge. So the teachers take pictures of their students wearing the Smart ID cards. And then they submit it to the office, and whatever class has the most students wearing their Smart ID cards gets a pizza party. Or they get an ice cream party, whatever they want. But they get a little food party. The most recent thing that has happened to me, besides being surrounded by police and administrators and kicked off campus, is now I'm finally getting kicked out of school. I go to Science and Engineering Academy, which is a part of John Jay. Well, since I refuse to comply with this program, they're kicking me out and sending me to my home school. Good for you.
Clarify, not homeschool. This is a magnet school, and now she has to go to the regular school. She's being kicked out of the school that she earned her right to go to for the Science and Engineering Academy. If it was homeschooling, I'd be staying right on too.
But they sent me back to school I'm supposed to. Well, there's been several attempts to kick me out or try to get me in trouble with the school. I was being careful. I was in school and I was getting signatures for a petition to get the program pulled from the school. Well, the administrators didn't really like that. You know, they're watching me. I'm across the street and I was doing it. And I was like, you know what? There's still kids on campus. Let me go over there and get signatures. So I go over there and I go get signatures. And first thing that happened to me, I didn't get any signatures. I was talking to a friend of mine. And I get, hey, you, we're here. Dang it. So I was like, all right. I turned around and Mr. Harris wants to talk to you. For those of you that don't know, Mr. Harris is the regular John Jay principal. So I look over to Mr. Harris, and he's sitting in the middle, and around him are coaches, police officers, and other administrators. So I walk over there by myself, and I tell him, yes, sir, do you need something? He goes, what's in your hand? Well, I'm holding my flyers and my petitions, right? Because we're having a rally that night. So I was holding this in my hands, and he goes, what's in your hand? And I was like, papers? He's like, no, those are petitions and flyers, aren't they? And I was like, yes, sir. He was like, well, you can't hand those out. Oh, I'm sorry, sir, I didn't know. And he's like, yes, you did. You were breaking the rules, and you know it. I was like, well, no, sir, actually, I didn't. Sorry. And meanwhile, the cops and everybody, they're kind of like inching closer to me, making me, like, try to intimidate me. So he goes, well, give me your paper. I want it now. I was like, well, sir, can I call my dad and talk to him about this? No, give me your paperwork first, and then maybe I'll let you call your dad. This is after school. This isn't before school or during lunches or anything. This is after school. I'm not disrupting any learning environment. I was doing my own thing. Nope, you can't call your dad. Sorry, give me your paperwork. So I reached in my pocket to grab out my phone, and he goes, well, come here a second. So he pulls me out of this group of scary administrators, and he goes, okay, look, you have two options. I was like, okay. He goes, you can give me your paperwork, and I don't ever want to see it again, and you can stay on campus, and that's fine. Or you can take your paperwork and go back across the street and do what you think you can do to this program with your dad. So I was like, okay, well, have a good day, sir. I'll see you tomorrow. And that was the end of that conversation. But I wouldn't be able to do the things I do. I wouldn't be able to petition and rally if it wasn't for the help of TAG. TAG has been my biggest supporter. TAG and We Are Change Texas Hill Country and We Are Change San Antonio. They're big supporters as well as Catherine Albrecht and Spy Chips and her media. And I've done interviews with Alex Jones. I've been on his radio show in the nightly news. So all of them, I could not be where I am today, standing in front of you guys telling you my story without their support. And that is how the community has helped me fight my battle.
great, and I'm proud to support her because she is standing up for herself, and I know I've said it probably 2 or 3 times already, but it is so important that we stand up for ourselves and that we support those that are doing so. So that was a bunch of political activism that we do, and this is kind of a good segue into the social activism that we can take, the other arm of the movement. And the solution